Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Winterhack with you on RadioPlusInfo.com, and we've got the second game for the Waupun Lady Warriors in the Watertown Holiday Shootout. Some great teams here. I'll go through that list of teams that are playing here and have played, and they've only played 4 games so far in the tournament, but it's going on today. There's 2 more games after the Waupun game today, and there's 4 games going on tomorrow. We've got 3 ranked number 1 teams from Divisions 2, 3, and 4 that are here in the tournament, and other ranked teams in Division 1 that are in this tournament. It's really a high-quality tournament. Waupun took on a pretty good Bondwell team yesterday and won the game by a score of 51-33. But a great job, I thought, by the Bondwell Bears coming into that ball game. They had a strategy. They're going to play the triangle in 2, and they really put somebody right in the face of Abby Alsma, what she's used to over these last years, and also Cale Peterson to shut them down and make the other people score around you, and that's exactly what they did, and he had some success to it. Waupun won 51-33. They did, of course, consistently, you should always have a good defense, and that's what Waupun does. They always shut teams down, so they only gave up 33 points to the Bears of Bondwell. But offensively, really had trouble with the other players stepping up and picking up some points to really play like we're normally seeing them play during the season. Waupun sitting at 10-0, but Abby Alsma ended up with 13 points, hard-earned points in that game, and Gabby Matamoros really benefited from getting those extra passes inside, and she had 11 points for the Lady Warriors in that ball game yesterday. Just a nice showing. Cale Peterson, 7 points in the game and no points in the second half, and she averages 21 points a game. So they did a good job on shutting her down. But one of the factors in the ball game for the Waupun Lady Warriors is the illness that canceled their game against Sussex Hamilton last Thursday, and a lot of these girls still dragging from that yet. Gracie Gopal had a good start to the game yesterday, and she ended up with about 9 points, I believe, in the ball game, and 7 of those in the first half when Waupun had trouble scoring. She's the one that did the first 7 points in the game. Then she scored only 2 points in the second half, ended up with 9. But they say she's one that's really kind of hurting, really dragged out. All the sick part of it's gone, but just now, all the physical weariness right now for a lot of players. Cale Peterson, she definitely looked like she was winded a lot of that game yesterday. I know Naomi Alsma was one that was hit hard, according to their mother, talking about the daughters. But they said they all got it, but Naomi's the one that really got hit hard. So Waupun, only 9 girls suited up out there today, and the team that they're playing today is Mukwonago, the Indians, and they've only got 9 players. They've got 4 players on the they're considered injured, but I think a lot of them, according to the coaches, maybe some COVID protocol too, that they're not able to play, and there's 1 girl that's on vacation, but 3 of their starters are out. So that's kind of tough to go into this week against some good teams. They played Watertown yesterday, did the Mukwonago team, and they lost to Watertown by a score of 48-34. Bailey Strandley, she had 13 points. Lily Hartel, she had 8 points, and Liliana McGilvray, she had 7 points in that ball game against Watertown, but they lost by a score of 48-34. So everybody kind of suffering with being sick during this Christmas break, and we'll see how that progresses throughout the season. I know one of the variants for COVID is just really starting to start going crazy here in the state, and that's going to keep on getting worse and worse, and we'll see how that affects us. Let's definitely cancel a few games that we had planned to do. The Oakfield against Christian School boys game the other week, they did not play, and we also had a game with Waupun and Sussex Hamilton last week, and we had to change that one around. And it was a bunch of games already that we've had canceled, and luckily if they let us know ahead of time, the ADs, talking to you, Doug Mock, and then we can always schedule something else that night. But again, we're going to see how that coronavirus affects things as the season progresses, and hopefully it doesn't become a huge and bigger factor for our high school sports in the state. I'm going to take a break, come back in just 2 minutes with more of our pregame show brought to you by Homewood Auto Sales, broadcasting from the Waupun Equipment Company broadcast booth. It's Waupun Lady Warrior basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Holman family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Holman.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name is Jim. Came to New Medical for bad knee pain. Before that, I couldn't squat, kneel. I had difficulty getting in my truck. 12 weeks later, things are getting better and improving every day.
Hi there, my name is Steve. I had a lot of pain in my right knee due to arthritis. The results I've experienced have been a lot less pain in my knee. I'm able to walk up and down steps a lot better than I was. I would highly recommend the procedure to anybody that's been talking to an orthopedic surgeon. They wanted to perform a full knee replacement on me, and I thought I'm pretty young for that, so I was looking for other alternatives.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Make an impact within your community with Marian University's Bachelor of Social Work program. Experience direct client contact from your very first course, taught by faculty with years of field experience. Apply to Marian University today. Explore the mind and expand yours. With Marian University's Psychology Bachelor's program, experience exciting classes, professional conferences, field placements, and a 93% job placement rate. Apply to Marian University today.
And we are back at Watertown High School, the Watertown big shootout, the holiday shootout going on. A lot of great teams here in Waupun taking on Mukwonago, the Indians. Mukwonago, a tough season so far for Coach Jason Morosic from the Indians. He is going at 4-6 right now in the season overall, and 2-3 in conference play. They play in the Classic 8 conference, and you talk about a tough conference. They haven't even played the tough teams yet. Kettle Moraine is 5-0 in the conference, and they are ranked number 3 in the state in Division 1. And Arrowhead is another team from their conference. They're ranked number 4 in Division 1 in the state, and they're 4-1. Obviously, they lost to Kettle Moraine in their ball game, but again, a very tough conference that they play in, and they've got to play both of those teams, Kettle Moraine and Arrowhead, coming up next week, Tuesday and Friday. They've got those teams on their schedule, so it's a tough road for the Indians of Mukwonago, and tonight they're playing the number 1 ranked team in Division 3. So we're going to take a bit of a break and come back in just a few minutes for the beginning of this afternoon's game. Waupun taking on Mukwonago in Watertown. Back after this.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 Cents for the Future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank, locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on, bristolmorganbank.com.
Saputo USA, just outside of Waupun, is hiring. Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible career opportunities available in their Alto facility. Competitive pay starting at over $21 per hour, benefits, and more. 8 and 12-hour shifts. Apply today and join one of the best-growing companies. Apply at saputo.com or stop in on Highway EE in Alto, just outside of Waupun. Saputo Cheese is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to Watertown. Steve Winterhack with you. We got Jeff Sauer on the video streaming, so we're all set up here. A little too early for Randy Armgett to get over here. He's still working yet for a few more days before he retires, so we'll keep him working right to the last day they possibly can for like 50 years or so, I believe, working over at Rivet. But they are just announcing the starters for both teams. For the Waupun Lady Warriors, they will be starting the twins, Naomi Alsma and Abby Alsma. Also, Gabby Matamoros in the starting lineup. Gracie Gopal and the Energizer Bunny. She's starting. And Cale Peterson, too, in the starting lineup for the Lady Warriors. Taking a look at the Mukwonago Indians, coached by Jason Moroshik. And they are starting Bailey Strandley. 9 points a game for her, a 5'7 senior. Bree Hinges is a 5'8 sophomore, averaging 3 points a game. Bree Bartnick is a 6-foot junior. Abby Handgartner, she is a 5'9 sophomore. And Lily Hartel is a junior at 5'9 and averages 12 points a game. And that is the starting lineup for the Indians of Mukwonago. I tell you, like I said, they've got some great teams here in this tournament. Let's talk about the games yesterday. Watertown knocked off Mukwonago by a score 48-34. And Waupun played after that and won their game by 18, 51-33. They've got Pius, Milwaukee Pius is here, and they beat Bayport by a score of 57-33. Pius is ranked number 5 in Division II. So it shows you the quality of the teams that are here right now. Then looking at the other teams in the tournament, we just got done watching Reedsburg just destroy Rhinelander. Beat them by about 60 points. Didn't see the final score. Everybody kind of quit watching the game out there. But Reedsburg, a tough team, ranked number 1 in the state in Division II. And we are ready to play some basketball here at Watertown. Cale Peterson easily winning the tip, tapping it over to Gracie Gopal to start things off for Waupun, wearing their black jerseys here today. Yesterday they were in their white jerseys. Abby Alsma has it along the left side, kicks it out to her sister Naomi. And a little man-to-man defense, sort of. And a long three put up by Naomi. And a little man-to-man defense, sort of. Yeah. Quite step up yesterday, just having trouble finding their distance and their rhythm, and a travel is going to be called in the lane as the ball is bobbled by Bayla Strandley. Waupun will get it back, but that's especially Lydia Alsma had plenty of opportunities. Naomi Alsma had a lot of opportunities in the ball game, along with Gabby Matamoros. Those players had trouble getting some balls to go early in the game. Long three up now from Cale Peterson. That is no good, and ball gets knocked out of bounds. Looks like that goes off the legs of number 10, Bree Hinges. And Waupun will get it back on their baseline. Not even a minute into the ball game. 3-0 in favor of Waupun. Cale gets the inbounds pass, gives it over to Gabby. Had herself a nice game. She got her number yesterday. She had 11 points in the ball game. And we said, yes, in the pregame show, a nice pass inside. Naomi also had a clear look to the basket, but she wanted to kick it back out without even looking up there. Pass inside over to Peterson. Nice little movement, and Gopal and those two are used to playing inside. Naomi also had a clear look to the basket, but she wanted to kick it back out without even looking up there. Pass inside over to Peterson. Nice little movement, and so the Indians with the basketball looking for their first shot of the basketball game. Strandley, their scorer, one of their scoring leaders, with the basketball, gets it out where to Hinges along the baseline. It gets tapped and saved by Peterson. And Waupun comes up with it. Fast break going. Here goes Abby Alsma. Goes up with the left hand, spills off the front of the rim. No good, but she gets fouled along the baseline. It gets tapped and saved by Peterson. And Waupun comes up with it. Fast break going. Here goes Abby Alsma. Goes up with the left hand, spills. Be careful out there. Took a little drive all the way to Watertown from Waupun. It was definitely a bit slippery, and it's going to keep on snowing all the way till early morning hours, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll see what we get. I'm pulling for about 3 inches. I don't want anything less than that because I got to get my snowblower out. I don't want to have to shovel. Front of the rim, no good on the next free throw. 6-0 in favor of Waupun. And long three up now from the right side. That is no good from Handgartner. And chasing down the rebound, but stepping on the end line is Gabby Matamoros. Not usually real fleet of foot out there. Gabby ends up stepping right on the line, but a nice effort to go get the ball and possibly get it back in the hands of the Lady Warriors. Indians will inbound. They get over to Handgartner. Dribbles around to her left, and a good job by Peterson keeping her out. Hartel goes to the rim, and she's going to run over Peterson on her way over to Handgartner. Dribbles around to her left, and a good job by Peterson keeping her out. Hartel goes to the rim, and they had for Bondwell yesterday in both halves. Got a timeout on the court. We're going to be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Warrior basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Dentistry of Wisconsin has exciting news to share. They have officially moved into their brand new office in Waupun, and they have completely remodeled their Beaver Dam office too. Both offices featuring new state-of-the-art equipment and a relaxing and comforting environment. The Waupun office is now at 412 Shaler Drive, conveniently located off Highway 151. Dentistry of Wisconsin, where your smile is their business.
Ready, 6-0 Waupun. Just a little over 2 minutes into the ball game, and Waupun gets the ball back after that offensive foul. Look inside to Peterson, and she finds Gabby Matamoros. Nice movement and finding that open shot into Matamoros. And Waupun gets the ball back after that offensive foul. Look inside to Peterson, and she finds Gabby, and they found her wide open. 8-0 now in favor of the Lady Warriors. Bree Hinges with it, gets it back out on top over to Strandley along the left side, gets cut off by Gracie Gopal, and it will be a little pest to her here as the game goes along. Tell gives up the dribble after getting cut off. And Waupun's Abby Alsma, and Matamoros gets her hands on the ball, finally goes to Naomi Alsma, and Waupun heading the other way goes Peterson. Oh, off her foot and shoots out of bounds. And Waupun has done this. Gets her hands on the ball, finally goes to Naomi Alsma, and Waupun heading the other way goes Peterson. Oh, off her foot and shoots out of and out of bounds, but still a nice job by Waupun to get in that situation. Mukwonago back with the basketball, trailing 8-0, 3 minutes into the ball game. Drive on the right side by Hinges, gets cut off by Naomi Alsma. It's the pesky defense, and the one thing you always want every game is that defense has got to be the consistent thing. Your shots might not go in every game, but defense has always got to be there. And even though Waupun didn't score a lot yesterday, they held Bondwell down to 33 points. And a travel, nice job by Waupun again, giving them no opportunities to look at the basket, and that kind of threw off Bree Hinges trying to get to one of her teammates who was covered, ends up traveling, and Waupun will get it back. Another turnover by the Indians. 8-0 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Perfect place to call the game. They're way up in the rafters here, but you're looking right at the at half court. Nice drive to the basket by Gopal. It is no good, and good job by Gabby Matamoros inside. She had to rip it away from some rafters here, but you're looking right at the at half court. Nice drive to the basket by Gopal. It is no good, and good job by nice job by Gabby being persistent out there. She's got 4 points in the game. A block by Peterson on the drive inside by Abby Handgartner. And the Indians will get 4 points in the game. A block by Peterson on the drive. 10-0 in favor of the Lady Warriors. Strandley, long 3-0 but net from about 5 feet behind the three-point line. Lit off the basket now for the Indians. They trail now 10-3. Step back, 16-footer right elbow, no good. A little too strong in the shot by Abby Alsma. And getting the rebound is Bree Hinges. Strandley has it and looking to line another one up, but good job by Gopal to close out on her. And Gartner dribbles off to her left out on the perimeter. And back in the hands of Hinges in the lane and gets it blocked by Peterson. But it goes right back in the hands of Deering, and Waupun again rejecting another shot. A pass down the court over to Abby Alsma, scoops it up and in. Nice job by Waupun, always looking for Abby to release, and they found of Deering, and Waupun again rejecting another shot. A pass down the court over to Abby. Another player in the lane and another player traveling. Another turnover for the Indians. Lily Hartle took it in the lane, but ends up getting tied up. I think Coach Jason Morozic not happy. He thinks maybe there's a few reach-in fouls they're not calling out there, but Waupun getting the benefit of the call so far in the ball game, playing some great defense and frustrating the Indians so far in the ball game. Naomi Alsma with it along the right side, back out on top over to Cale Peterson. 12-3 in favor of the Lady Warriors. See Lydia Alsma back in, dribbles a couple times, back out on top to her sister Naomi. Peterson, a nice little back cut move by Tooney. Got to catch that, got to put it in for a lay-in, but loses, but Waupun comes up with the ball anyway. Nice back cut, though. Naomi Alsma will launch up a three. That's too strong, and getting the rebound is Abby Alsma trying to get over to Tooney, but overshot her a little bit, throws it out of bounds, and that will be Indian basketball. 12:43 left. It is Waupun leading Mukwonago by a score of 12-3. Looks like they're playing with a little more energy than we saw them play yesterday. But it was a pretty good team that really did a great job defensively against the Lady Warriors, especially against Abby Alsma and Cale Peterson. And Gardner has it. Looks like Mukwonago, I don't know, it's kind of stumbling a little bit and tripping a lot so far in the ball game. The shoe's sticking on the floor. A little out of sync. Drive by Strandley is no good, and Naomi Alsma gets the rebound. She gets plenty of rebounds for being only 5'5", but she's always in the right place at the right time. Very active out there. Peterson has it. A crossover, goes off the glass and misses the shot. And getting the rebound is Lily Hartle. Hartle along the right side and trying to push her way underneath, but cut off by Abby Alsma. Drive in the lane is going to be a reach-in foul on the Lady Warriors. Abby Handgardner was driving in from the right side and push her way underneath, but cut off by Abby Alsma. Drive in the lane is going to be a reach-in foul on the. Just under 12 to play in the first half. 12-3 in favor of the Lady Warriors over the Mukwonago Indians. I don't think I've ever done a game in any sport that involved the Mukwonago Indians. I remember watching them play volleyball. They had some really good volleyball players that came out of there. Some that went to the Badgers. Drive, it comes up short on the shot by Hinges. So Waupun again taking it the other way. And who's down the court already? Abby Alsma. Drive, it comes up short on the shot by Hinges. So Waupun again taking it the other way. And who's down? Warrior, she took off, released, and a couple of baskets already just by doing that. Lady Warriors up by 11, 14-3. Goes Strandley in the lane and ends up getting fouled on her shot, maybe by Lydia Alsma. And to the free throw line to shoot two will be Bailey Strandley, who is an 84% free throw shooter on the season. The Waupun Warriors, the Lady Warriors, have a tough schedule coming up, and they did back down from playing some good teams during the season. First free throw, front of the rim, and crawls in. They've got some good teams coming up. One of the teams that they're tied with, top of the conference, is Kewaskum. They're undefeated in conference play, and they get to play them coming up. That's front of the rim, no good. And Abby Alsma chases down the rebound, brings it up now for the Lady Warriors. Gives it over to Gopala, and she'll set things up for the Waupun offense. 14-4 Waupun. We are 7 minutes into the ball game. Alsma takes it along the left side and luckily gets in the hand of her sister Lydia. Peterson has it along the right block and turns around, gets it blocked, and she throws it around her back and chases it down by the sideline. Ball was blocked, but good job by Peterson to stick with it, and then ball's going to be thrown over half court. Lydia Alsma trying to find Celia Tooney, who just made a cut at that same exact time. She let go of the ball, goes straight out of bounds, and Mukwonago will get the ball back. A little bit sloppy here in the last couple of minutes for the Lady Warriors. So Mukwonago with the basketball, only 4 points in the game so far. And taking it away is Abby Alsma. Goes up with the left hand, and that one rolls around and finally goes in for Abby, turning defense into offense so far. And taking it away is Abby Alsma. Goes up with the left hand, and that one rolls around. 2 points, 7 points for her. 16-4 the lead now for the Lady Warriors. Driving the right side, and that one gets blocked again by Abby Alsma. The shot by Lily Hartle. One comes up with it, goes Goldpollen along the right side, misses, and it's like Peterson over the top of one of the Mukwonago players goes up on the right side and puts it in. Lily Hartle, one comes up with it, goes Goldpollen along the right side, misses, and re-steering the freshman with the basketball, dribbles off to her right and hands it off over to Bree Hinges. Just dribbles off to her right, and another one of those situations, throw it to a teammate that was there at one time and cut right when you threw it to him. And Lily Hartle goes away from where the ball was going to be and gets thrown straight out of bounds. Waupun will get it back. Cale Peterson's going to sit down. And coming in is Gabby Matamoros. Got Abby Alsma out there, Celia Tooney on the court, Gracie Gopollen, along with Lydia Alsma on the court now for the Lady Warriors. Step back from Alsma, then passes it over the other side of the lane and finds Celia Tooney. Knew to come in when she drove, and two Lady Warriors. Step back from Alsma, then passes it over the other side. Hard drive to the basket. Shot misses, but getting fouled on her shot is Lily Hartle. That'll be the Going to call that one Abby Alsma. That is her first foul. And the team's third for Waupun, leading 20-4. 2 free throws now for Lily Hartle, a 68% free throw shooter. He makes the first, gets her first point of the ball game. 20-5 now in favor of the Lady Warriors. One more free opportunity for Hartle. Ball is up. That one rims out, no good. And Lydia Alsma with the ball gets it up to Gopal and along the right side. Has it by the top of the key, gives it to Abby Alsma. She'll launch up a three, front of the rim, no good. And Indians with a rebound. Hartle brings it up along the right side. Solid, more of a post player looking girl, but she'll put it on the floor, and a good ball handler, and brings it in strong. Looking for some contact. Strandley has it along the right side and puts it up and gets it to go. Count the basket, and she's going to go to the free throw line. Brings it in strong. Looking for some contact. Strandley has it along the right side and puts it up and gets it to points in the ball game out of the team's 7 points, and she's trying to add to that total right now. 20-7 in favor of the Waupun Lady Warriors over the Mukwonago Indians. And we're in Watertown. Steve Witterhack along with Jeff Sowers doing the video duties, I should say. And bring you the video streaming on radioplusinfo.com. 20-8 now, the lead for the Lady Warriors. Alsma going along the baseline, pulls up 5-footer and maybe lost a handle on the ball, goes underneath the rim. And coming up with it is Lily Hartle. Brings it up now for the Indians. Goes strong on the right side. And off the glass, that is no good. Matamoros gets the rebound. Waupun always looking to run the court. And a three-pointer up now from Abby Alsma is no good. Gopalin had the, she chases it down and gets the rebound from Waupun, and back out on top with it is Abby. Back to Gopalin down to the corner. She'll dribble into the lane and gets it knocked in the air and stolen by the Indians. Offense is kind of shut down a little bit for Waupun. Strandley has it top of the key, gives the ball over to Hartle. Launches a long three off the backboard and no good. And then the ball is thrown back in, but right in the hands of Lydia Alsma. And Waupun will bring it up the other way with a 12-point lead. Shot from the right corner from Lydia Alsma, no good. Matamoros with the left hand puts it up and puts it back in. The putback is up with a 12-point lead. Shot from the right corner from Lydia Alsma, no good. Matamoros with the left hand puts it up and drive in the lane, and then that one's going to get tied up by Lydia Alsma. The shot by Reese Deering, a couple freshmen going face-to-face in the lane, and I'm going to say that is a tie-up. And maybe alternating possession or pointing towards the towards the Indians. Peterson checks back in the game now for Waupun. Ball inbounded by Hartle, back on top over to Hinges, dribbles over towards the top of the key. Re-steering with it, dribbles off to her right, and down in the corner with it is Handgartner. Long shot, no good. Getting the rebound is Gracie Gopalin. Waupun on the break right now. Gopalin goes up, scoops it up, and overshoots it a little bit. And the ball goes back in the hands of the Indians. He's had a couple opportunities, just kind of overlaid a couple shots inside. Nice drive, splitting a couple defenders. And here's the one move that you're going to see a lot, it looks like, from Lily Hartle. Misses, and getting the rebound and putting it back in are the Indians. Looks like number 15, Bree Bartnick with the basket. Again, Waupun's going to turn it over. Right now their offense is kind of shut down. They're still up by 12, leading 22-10 with 6:49 left in the first half. Things not going real smoothly now the last few minutes here for the Lady Warriors. Yeah, looking at Waupun's schedule, like I said, they've got some pretty good games coming up. Three-pointer right side, that one rattles home. Kind of let a team hang around. You're going to start believing, and Handgartner gets a three-point shot to go. Naomi Alsma has it, gets cut off by the lane, and gets it back out on top over to Gabby Matamoros. Naomi also passes up a three-point attempt and over to Gopalin down in the left corner. Sometimes some of the passes are coming where they really can't catch and shoot with them. That's a good pass that time, and Naomi comes up short on her shot. Gopalin gets the rebound and finds Kale Peterson, and order is returned back on the offensive end for Waupun. The connection of Gracie Gopalin and her longtime teammate Kale Peterson, now with 6 points in the game. Nice pass inside, but a nice block by the Lady Warriors on the shot attempt inside by Bree Bartnick. Waupun will get the ball back, leading 24-13. Gopalin has it down in the right corner. Looks inside to Matamoros, one dribble back out on top over to Gopalan. 24-13 Waupun, 5:40 and counting down. Bullet 15-footer, no good by Lydia Alsma. The rebound by Gabby Matamoros. Active out there, splitting a couple defenders to go get the ball, and Matamoros will go to the free throw line for Waupun to shoot two, getting fouled on the putback attempt. I want to thank some of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible throughout the season. VZ Flooring, Daryl Van de Zandt will put in your carpeting, your flooring, anything you have, luxury vinyl tile, hardwood floors. Put in tile for you too, and that's what he does. Also a backsplash. So give Daryl a call at VZ Flooring. First free throw is good for Gabby. Torres Tree service also in Waupun with Eli Torres. Another proud sponsor, and also does some snow plowing too. He's taking care of our radio station parking lot, but if you need a tree down, he's the guy to give a call to. Does a great job, trimmed the trees by my house and did a excellent job with that. Our Bar with Bob and Tana Barsh. Main Street in Waupun, another sponsor. Ball down to the corner, passing up a three-point look is Strandley, and that one misses, and rebounded by Celia Tooney. One and done for the Indians. Abby Alsma with a three-point shot, and that is nothing but net for Abby Alsma. Rebounded by Celia Tooney. One and done for the Indians. Abby Alsma with a three-point. Kind of sitting back in a 2-1-2 zone right now with Celia Tooney in the middle. Cruising the lane and defending the lane for Waupun. Yeah, kind of missed a travel, I think, on that last little move by Handgartner. Then a shot off the top of the backboard, no good. Ball passed up over to Abby Alsma. This little assist by Gracie Gopalan, always looking for Handgartner. Then a shot off the top of the backboard, no good. Ball passed up over to Abby Alsma. That is too strong, and Gracie gets those long rebounds. She'll go in to get him, and one-handed toss up the court. Naomi Alsma has it, looks inside to Tooney, puts it up with the left hand. Impressive movement of the ball for Waupun. She'll go in to get him, and one-handed toss up the court. Naomi Alsma has it, looks inside to Tooney, puts it up with the left hand. Impressive movement of the ball for Waupun.
Andy with us here, the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Merry week, Andy, to everybody out there this week.
It's Christmas week, and it's a Christmas week of chaos here at the Other Bar like everywhere else. We got some change in the hours this week. Christmas Eve will be open from 11 o'clock until 5 p.m. with no fish all day long. Saturday, we're opening at 3 o'clock for the Packer game.
And get some holiday cheer for Christmas Eve during the day and Christmas Day, too.
Absolutely. We've got everything going on, normal specials during the week, as we do always, with the exception of Friday, like I said. We've got plenty of beer on tap, plenty of beer in the cooler, and everything's ready to go.
What about New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? Can you explain that for us?
New Year's Eve, we're going to do fish all day long like normal. We're going to be open from 11 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and then New Year's Day will be business as normal.
Very good. Andy with us here, the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Swing on by for some soups and some hot plate specials, some pizza. Going to be a lot of fun this week.
Yep, we've got all the specials running daily on the board. While supplies last, they change daily along with the soups. So normally we have chili on tap pretty much nonstop.
Andy, thank you. Have a great week.
Merry Christmas. Have a good week.
Welcome back to Watertown High School. Steve Winterhack here. The Waupun is going off these last about minute and a half, 2 minutes, and now Waupun leading 33-13 and doing what I've seen them do all season long. They run the court very well. They make the extra pass to get the easy baskets. And just kind of running, making the depleted team from the Indians getting a little tired in this ball game. Air ball by Hartle in the corner. Ball passed over to Peterson. She'll launch up a three. It's up and it is good. Gail Peterson now with 9 points in the ball game. Getting a little tired in this ball game. Air ball by Hartle in the corner. Ball passed over to Peterson. She'll launch up a three. It's up and it is. Leading at 36-13. I said three of the starters out for Mukwonago. It looks like Naomi Alsma is going to get called for a reach-in foul. Waupun only with 9 players in the uniform right now, too, in this ball game. That's kind of what they've always kind of had. They have one player out, of course, with Trinity Pierce, who had an operation, and can't wait to get to see her get back in this ball game again and is playing this season for Waupun if she comes back before the end of the season. We wish her good luck on her recovery. There's another 6-foot player that Waupun would have in the court. Just a sophomore. Indians with it. Here goes Hartle from the left side, but kicks it back out on top over to Strandley. Hartle has it again. And Gardner, top of the key, and just passing it back over to Hartle. Down to 3:10 and counting down to the first half. Waupun leading 36-13 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. It's talking about the R-Bar, too. And they got kind of a fun thing going on. Nice New Year's Eve party, and they're going to celebrate New Year at 6 o'clock because that's the Irish New Year. So if you don't want to make it to midnight, how about 6 o'clock down at the R-Bar in Main Street, Waupun? Peterson saves the ball going along the baseline. And looks like maybe almost Lydia Alsma almost knocking over a player, Bree Hinges, and somehow Waupun gets it back. She's starting to kind of toe the line over there in balance, and I think Lydia gave her a little bump in the back. Nothing malicious. No call, and Waupun will get it back. Leading by 23 points. 2:38 and counting down in the first half. Alsma in the lane and gets a little too low on the pass over to Peterson, trying to get over on that right side, and coming up with it as Hartle drives, almost loses it, but the Indians still have it. And Gardner will pass it along the right side back over to Hartle, down to the corner with it as Strandley dribbles out of the corner. Off to her left. Really good with help defense, not letting them. The thing they like to do is those drives along that right side of the lane. That's too strong again on the shot by Lily Hartland. Waupun gets the rebound right away. Abby Alsma has it down to the right corner to her sister Lydia. Inside into Peterson, gets blocked by Hartle. And Waupun will get it back, but a nice job by Hartle inside to swat that out of bounds. Just a little under 2 minutes left in the first half. And you're watching this game on RadioPlusInfo.com. Anybody else know out there that maybe you buy a computer or as a smartphone, they can watch it too. Gopal and three-pointer from the left corner, and that is good for Gracie. Her first points of the ball game. Maybe you buy a computer or as a smartphone, they can watch it too. Gopal and three-pointer gets a three from the left corner. Upon tripling up the score right now of the Indians, 39-13. Hinges has it, gets it back on the top, overshoots, and here we go. Here's Gracie Gopal putting on her jets and gets it over to Lydia Alsma on they take away her assist because Lydia misses the shot. Long three put up by Peterson. That is no good. And fight for the ball right now. There's going to be a tie-up, and Waupun should get the ball back on the alternating possession arrow. But long three put up by Peterson. That is no good. And fight for the ball right now. There's going to be a tie-up, and Waupun should. And it looked like Hartle was going to go over there and just grab it and get the over and back. But Gracie says, no, I'm going to get it and I'm going to score. And she probably should have just took it all the way. She gave it to Lydia Alsman. She missed the shot. Waupun does have it yet, up by score 39-13. Nice look inside over to Tooney, misses the shot, and then gets it taken out of her hands by Hartle. And the Indians have the ball and bring it up over half court. Hartle gets the ball down in the corner with it now is Strandley. Thought about taking a three. A lot of missed opportunities inside by Waupun, too. They could be up by more. Ball swatted away by Peterson. Waupun comes up with it. Cross-court pass over to Gopalin. Takes down to the corner by Peterson. Still has it. And Gopalin gets it to set it up now for the Lady Warriors with 30 seconds left in the first half. Waupun leading 39-13. Peterson over the left side of the court, guarded by Hartle. He's trying to run some clock right now. Looks like they're going to run. Just look for a last-second shot to finish out the first half. A few little scoring lulls and some easy shots inside. I think Waupun has missed about 3 or 4 easy shots inside. They could be up by another 8 or 10 points. Gopalin has it with 3 seconds left. Coach Tim also says go, and they give it over to Tooney and comes up short on her shot. And Waupun will take a 39-13 lead into the locker room over the Mukwonago Indians. And we'll take a break and come back in just 3 minutes and talk about the first half of action on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name is Mary, and I was treated at the New Medical Center for knee pain. I couldn't walk long distances, stand up from a chair easily, or do stairs well. Now I can do all of these things and walk 2 miles.
Hi, my name is Linda. I was treated at the New Medical Center for pain in both of my knees, and it has made a huge difference. I couldn't walk up the stairs. I couldn't get up and down easily off the floor after playing with my grandkids. Getting up off the couch at night was difficult. Now I can do all of that. Right now I have no pain in my knees. I would definitely recommend this procedure to anybody who has pain in their knees, and I would recommend that you do it sooner rather than later.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
We educate tomorrow's heroes today. Developed by the area's best nurses, your acceptance into Marian University's BSN program will allow you to take nursing courses in your sophomore year. Apply to Marian University today. In each community, forensic scientists crack the toughest cases. With Marian University's Forensic Science Bachelor's program, learn from industry-experienced faculty within a hands-on crime scene lab. Apply to Marian University today.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Merry week, Andy, to everybody out there this week.
It's Christmas week, and it's a Christmas week of chaos here at the Other Bar like everywhere else. We got some change in the hours this week. Christmas Eve will be open from 11 o'clock until 5 p.m. with no fish all day long. Saturday, we're opening at 3 o'clock for the Packer game.
And get some holiday cheer for Christmas Eve during the day and Christmas Day, too.
Absolutely. We've got everything going on, normal specials during the week, as we do always, with the exception of Friday, like I said. We've got plenty of beer on tap, plenty of beer in the cooler, and everything's ready to go.
What about New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? Can you explain that for us?
New Year's Eve, we're going to do fish all day long like normal. We're going to be open from 11 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and then New Year's Day will be business as normal.
Very good. Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Swing on by for some soups and some hot plate specials, some pizza. Going to be a lot of fun this week.
Yep, we've got all the specials running daily on the board. While supplies last, they change daily along with the soups. So normally we have chili on tap pretty much nonstop.
Andy, thank you. Have a great week.
Merry Christmas. Have a good week.
Back to Watertown High School. Steve Winterhack with you. Jeff Sauer on the video streaming, and Waupun taking care of business in that first half, leading by a score of 39-13 over the Indians of Mukwonago. Looking a little different than the team we saw yesterday. They had really running the court very well and finding some easy baskets, getting a lot of points in the transition game, and looking like they're playing with a lot more energy than what we saw in that game against Bondwell that they won yesterday, 51-33. But still, everybody a lot more involved in this one, making us a few more of the shots. Missing some shots inside, though, that they should be putting in on some opportunities there. They got to clean that up a little bit. But both teams just playing with 9 suited-up players, so you're gonna run yourself ragged in the ball game. Let's take a look at the scoring in the first half. First of all, for the Waupun Lady Warriors, Abby Alsma getting a lot of her points in the transition game. She just had releases early, and they look for her right away. Gracie Gopalin has got about 3 assists to her, just looking down the court and firing it about 3/4 court down right on a dime to her, and she puts it in for an easy lay-in. She's also got a 3-point basket, 12 points for Abby. 9 points in the game for Cale Peterson, 1 3-pointer, and some nice looks inside. They're finding her inside, and sometimes when they do put a person on her, she finds somebody else, like she did with Gabby Matamoros for an easy 2 points. 8 points so far for Gabby, taking care of business inside. 2 for 2 from the free throw line for Matamoros. 4 points for Celia Tooney, and 3 points for Gracie Gopalin and Naomi Alsma. Waupun 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Not a lot of fouls in the ball game so far for either team. Mukwonago, they were led by Bailey Stranley, and she had 7 points, 1 3-pointer, and a couple free throws for her. Bree Bartnick with 2 points. 3 points for Abby Handgardner, and just 1 point for Lily Hartle. Yeah, she's been shooting some shots up there, just can't get anything to go. And she ends up with just 1 point in the first half. The Mukwonago Indians are 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Again, Waupun leading 39-13 so far in the tournament. Yesterday, they had Watertown knocking off Mukwonago 48-34. Waupun, of course, beating Bondwell 51-33. Milwaukee Pius, they won 57-33 against Bayport yesterday. Reedsburg just blowing Rhinelander off the court. Just really took care of business against them in the game that started things out today at 2:30. And Reedsburg winning easy, the number 1 ranked team in Division 2. And of course, it's the Waupun game against Mukwonago right now. And after this, they'll have Milwaukee Pius. They are the 5th ranked team in D2. They'll be taking on Lakeland. That's a team that Waupun put 100 points up against in the first game of the season. And Germantown decided to make things real difficult on themselves. They're going to take on a couple ranked number 1 teams in their division. And the first one is La Crosse Aquinas. They've had a lot of success at the state tournament, won many state championships. They are ranked number 1 in Division 4. Germantown ranked number 8 in Division 1. They will go at it on the nightcap game tonight. Then 4 more games coming up tomorrow here at Watertown High School. Watertown, the host team, will be taking on Rhinelander. Aquinas will be taking on Greenfield. Some of the teams just playing 1 game in the tournament, just like Lake Mills. They're just playing 1 game. They're taking on Lakeland tomorrow, and then the nightcap will be a great one. It'll be Germantown. Again, they're ranked number 8 in Division 1. They'll be taking on the number 1 ranked team that has not lost yet in Division 2, and that is Reedsburg, the defending state champs. They are good, and they can put a lot of points on the board, and that should be a great game to watch coming up tomorrow night. Again, we're at halftime. Waupun is leading 39-13 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard, and I'll be back along with Jeff Sauer in just 2.5 minutes on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Saputo USA, just outside of Waupun, is hiring. Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible career opportunities available in their Alto facility. Competitive pay starting at over $21 per hour, benefits, and more. 8 and 12-hour shifts. Apply today and join one of the best growing companies. Apply at Saputo.com or stop in on Highway EE in Alto, just outside of Waupun. Saputo Cheese is an equal opportunity employer.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 cents for the future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank. Locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on bristolmorganbank.com.
Dentistry of Wisconsin has exciting news to share. They have officially moved into their brand new office in Waupun, and they have completely remodeled their Beaver Dam office too. Both offices featuring new state-of-the-art equipment and a relaxing and comforting environment. The Waupun office is now at 412 Shaler Drive, conveniently located off Highway 151. Dentistry of Wisconsin, where your smile is their business.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life.
Hi, my name is Les. I've suffered with a bad right knee for 30 years or 40 years. Actually had a knee replacement scheduled, and I looked into this, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. My knee now, 3 months later, is almost like new. I can run up and down stairs. I can sit at a gym watching a basketball game. Really, really happy and pleased with the results. Plan on strongly recommending this to, and I have been recommending this to friends and family who have had joint issues, shoulders, backs, and knees.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-87.
Welcome back to Watertown High School. Steve Winterhack with you on RadioPlusInfo.com. Halftime just coming back for the second half. Waupun leading 39-13 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. And Mukwonago will get the ball first to start things out. Bela Strandley with the ball dribbles off to her right, guarded by Gracie Gopalan. crossover dribble and can't quite shake Gracie enough to get anything going. Bree Hinges with it. Gives it over to Handgartner. She'll dribble along the right side. Gets cut off by Peterson. All the starters back on the court for Waupun. Naomi and Abby Alsma. Kale Peterson is out there. Gracie Gopalin and Gabby Matamoros. Abby Handgartner again with the ball, giving it off over to Lily Hartle. By Waupun, you can see what they normally like to do. That little drive on that right side. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Naomi Alsma. It'll remain Indian basketball, but a couple of their players with Hartle out there and Strandley, they like going along that right side of the lane and probably do that a lot. Some success during the season. Waupun's not allowing that so far in the ball game. Nobody really in any kind of foul trouble for either team. And Gardner again, they're just not able to get the ball inside, just working the perimeter right now. Bree Hinges has it, guarded by Peterson. Dribbles out near half court, reverses over to the left hand, and again with it is Handgartner. Strandley with it, will step back, goes in the lane, and then here goes Hinges, and she gets it blocked. That's why they didn't want to go inside. They got blocked, but back in the hands of the Indians. So Indians get the ball back. And you take it inside, that's the price you pay. You've got Peterson, you've got Matamoros in there, and they're going to swat the ball out of there, and they do it without fouling most of the time. They're very good at it. Here's a three-pointer from the right side. That is no good, and Abby Alsma has it now off to the races, gets it back over to Peterson, scoops it up and in. Again, that's what Waupun does. Three-pointer from the right side. That is no good, and Abby Alsma has it now off to the races, gets it back over to Peterson. Indians back with it, but they're trailing now 41-13. Bree Hinges has it, working against Naomi Alsma. They're really not able to figure out the Waupun defense. Peterson guarding Handgartner in the lane. She'll try to put it in the left hand and blocked again by Kale Peterson. Waupun has it again and runs the court, and Abby Alsma runs the court, gets it again from Gracie Gopalin. Handgartner in the lane. She'll try to put it in the left hand and blocked again by Kale Peterson. Waupun has it again and runs the court, and Abby Alsma runs. They get it down in a hurry, and I like that part of the game. Those are easy buckets if you they got the players that know when to do that, when to take off, when to stay down, play some defense, and gives Abby a lot of trust in their team as far as rebounding the ball and heading down the court, expecting them to get the rebound and finding her down on the other side of the court. Handgartner with the inbounds pass. Back on top in the hands of Lily Hartle. Handball taken. Oh, Gracie Gopalin had it for a second, then tripped over the line right at half court. Indians have it, a drive in the lane, a little too strong, and a fight for the basketball. And coming up with it is Abby Alsma. Waupun has numbers, about 4-on-2 down the court, and they get it to Naomi Alsma. Misses with the left hand, and then the ball swatted out, and Waupun will get it. Peterson will launch a long three, and that is no good. So an opportunity missed on a fast break for the Lady Warriors that had numbers. Hinges will bring it up now for the Mukwonago Indians. And Gardner has it near top of the key, guarded by Peterson. Dribbles off to her left, nowhere to go with it, and finally gives it up over to Hinges. Three up on the right side, and that is good. Lily Hartle launching him up for a while over there, finally gets one to go, but puts it in. Abby Alsma all alone on the right side. Nobody's going to guard her. She's going to make you pay, and Alsma gets the basket. Launching him up for a while over there, finally gets one to go, but puts it in. Abby Alsma all alone on the right side. Nobody's going to guard her. She's going to make you pay, and Alsma gets the basket.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Timeout taken by Mukwonago as Waupun opens up a nice lead again here in the ball game, leading 45-16. Mukwonago with the ball after that timeout. See Broxman Electric powering our broadcast here tonight. Chris Broxman, the guy to call with all your electrical needs for your farm, for your home. Also business, and he put up the electricity in our tower a few years back. Three-pointer missed by Hinges. Of course, Waupun always gets the rebound right away. Abby Gardner that time as she went down and released. Waupun will set up now. 29-point lead, 45-16 here in the second half with under 14 to play. Trying to get into Peterson inside, but not on the same page was Abby Alsma and Cale Peterson. Lydia Alsma will check in. Gabby Matamoros will sit down. Naomi Alsma will sit down. And Celia Tooney also on the court now for the Lady Warriors. Yeah, great tournament. Not that far to drive. I mean, we've got people, Rhinelander and Bondwell that were here. We had some teams that went quite a ways and scheduled this tournament to come down here to Watertown. Long three put up now by Strandley. And that is nothing but net for Bayla Strandley. Second three of the ball game. She's now got 10 in the books now for the Indians. Yeah, just inside three-point range, Peterson put it up right in the face of Lily Hartle and gets it to go. Yeah, just inside three-point range, Peter Cale. 48-19 with just over 13 minutes to play in the ball game here in Watertown. Ball knocked out of bounds by Peterson. He challenged every pass, every look inside. Waupun's got a hand up. It'll make for a long night for any team. Just over 13 minutes to play in 47-19 Waupun on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Hope everybody had a nice Christmas. Oh, this one's going to get picked off by Alsma. Bad pass there, and she's going to cross over, scoops it up. Peterson gets the rebound, and she'll go put it up and puts it in. Cale in the right place at the right time. Nice steal by Abby Alsma. Misses the shot, but Peterson there to kind of scoop it up, swoop underneath the basket, and put it in. Long three is up, and that is no good. Knocked alive by Abby Alsma, right in the hands of Cale Peterson, bringing it up. Look now to Lydia Alsma, gets over to Tooney, and Peterson will launch up another three. That one does not go for her. And somehow Tooney gets the ball and gets it back on the top to Peterson. Little runner 5 feet out. That rims out and no good. And we've got a tie up, and Waupun going to get the ball back on the alternating possession arrow. A little runner 5 feet out. That rims out and no good. And we've got to give it another try, take another swat at it, try to tie it up, and that's what Peterson did. Peterson gets the inbounds pass, gets it back to Abby Alsma, throws up a three. Shot's just not going from downtown for Waupun really overall in the whole tournament. I've seen him shoot a lot better in every other game that I've seen him play. Just can't get the rhythm of those three-point shots on a consistent basis. They've got a few. Just under 12 to play in the game. Hartle's got it, gets it down to Stanley. Strandley has it, dribbles out of the left corner behind the back in the lane, and gets it over teammate in the hands of Reese Deering, and she gets ran into by the Waupun Lady Warriors. Throws it up there, misses the shot, but two free throws behind the back in the lane, and gets it over teammate in the hand. Her first points of the ball game. Back of the rim, no good on the first free throw attempt. Still Waupun looking a little more energized than what they did yesterday, even though only 9 players suited up. That's what they have every game. Everybody else is here and suited up, besides Trinity Pierce. So missing both free throws was Reese Deering, and Waupun gets it back. Lydia Alsma with it, gets it over to her sister Abby. Waupun, a little weave, has it in the lane, and I thought about a 12-footer, but gets hand in her face before then. Lydia Alsma a little short on her 15-footer by the free throw line, and getting the rebound is Bayla Strandley. Back in the hands of Hart, a little crossover, goes to her left. And back on top of the key to Deering, the freshman. You know, a lot of teams playing right now. A lot of teams around our listening area playing tonight. I know St. Mary Springs girls were playing tonight. And we got a reach-in foul on Lydia Alsma. Going across the arm of Bree Hinges. You know, we've got a lot of good teams around our listening area to keep our eye on. Both Randolph teams ranked number 1 right now, the boys and the girls. Yeah, ball taken, a tie up of the ball, and that's going to go back over to Mukwonago on the alternating possession arrow, but a nice job by Abby Alsma to get down and dirty on the floor and tie it up. Some very good teams in the area. I see Oakfield's made it into the top 10 of the rankings for the state. They've got a lot of good things going on there, some good seniors along with some good young players and some good size and ball handlers on that team, and we got a chance to see them before the end of the season. Ball thrown away out top over to Abby Alsma, and she's going to find her sister Lydia on the right side of the basket for an easy 2. We got a chance to see them before the end of the season. Ball thrown away out top over to Abby Alsma, and she's going to find her with a drive, gets it knocked out of her hands, and going to race down to the other end of the court. And luckily that ball was knocked out of bounds by Hinges of Mukwonago, because I don't think the pass was really there to find Tooney over on the other side. So it got knocked out of bounds. Waupun will get it on their baseline. 51-19, 10:23 left in the ballgame in favor of the Lady Warriors. Steve Witterhack on the call, and ball knocked away by Strandley going up against Abby Alsma. And, she's going to get fouled on her way to the basket, and she'll be shooting 2. Steve Witterhack on the call, and ball knocked away. Jeff Sauer, always glad to have him along and offer that service to you on RadioPlusInfo.com. Strandley's first free throw on the way, and it is good. Like I said, she's an 84% free throw shooter, 3 for 4 so far in the game. Naomi Alsma checks back in the ball game, and Abby will take a little bit of a break, and that next free throw is also good for Strandley. And Strandley, I should say, Hinges will sit down, and coming in for her will be Abby Hangartner. Bringing you the game from the Waupun Equipment Company broadcast booth. Just me and Jeff up here, kind of lonely today. We had some company with us last night. Randy Armgren not making the trip. He got a job yet. He had to be at his job. Goes Peterson with the left hand, and she's going to get fouled by Hartle. And she'll Armgren not making the trip. He got a job yet. He had to be at his job. Goes Peterson with the left hand, and up here another video guy that was up here when we got up here yesterday. It's just me and Jeff up here today. First free throw was good for Peterson. And a nice place. I've called quite a few games up here in Watertown in this broadcast booth. A nice area. If you look out to the windows to the side, you can see they have kind of their baseball batting cages over there. Both free throws good for Kale. Also the wrestling mats out. Well, Jeff was a wrestler back in the day, weren't you, Jeff? You were a wrestler. Thought he could get his son Caleb to do that too, but no, he's a top-notch hockey goalie and still doing that yet. 53-21 now, the lead for Waupun. 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Hartle has it, gets it back out on top over to Hangartner. Melissa Morozic, the coach's daughter, out on the court right now. Maybe the first time I've seen her in the ballgame. Three-pointer straight away. That is no good. Peterson chases it down, runs up the court. Got Lydia Alsma ahead of her, but gets cut off and gets in the lane to look underneath to Tooney. Gets it over to Lydia. Here goes Gopalin in the lane. Here goes Naomi Alsma with a three-point shot from the right corner. That is good. Great. Tooney gets it over to Lydia. Here goes Gopalin in the lane. Here goes Naomi Alsma with a three-point shot from the right corner. And the basket good by Naomi Alsma. Second three of the ball game. Shot in the lane, and that one is no good. Waupun again getting a hand on that shot. Peterson brings it down and kind of got caught in the air and ends up throwing it away. Hangartner takes it the other way, but three Waupun players race down the court to guard her. And then she misses the shot badly, but Indians still get the ball. Hartle puts up a three-point shot, and that misses everything wide right. And the Lady Warriors will get it back. Upon bringing in some new players, they're going to bring some players that are rested, not new players, except for Maddie Vandestreek is out on the court now for the Lady Warriors, getting her first action of the tournament. Gabby Alsma checks back in the ball game for Waupun. Gabby Matamoros out there. Another fun little player that's going to be fun to watch these next few years. Just a sophomore, Maddie Vandestreek. When these seniors graduate, there's going to definitely be room for her in that starting lineup. There's got to be some great practices with her and Gracie Gopal and going at it. They're both just Energizer bunnies. They constantly moving out on the court. Maddie not shy out there. She'll take some shots from downtown. There's quite a few threes already in the varsity level. She's a very good softball player, too, so can't wait to see her out on the softball diamond, too. Right with a foot, I believe, on the line, top of the key, but a 2-point shot for Abby Alsma. Now with diamond 2. That's right with a foot on. Shot by Hartle is blocked by Abby Alsma in the hands of Matamoros. Back to Alsma, brings it up now for Waupun. And they got a double dribble called on Alsma. Kind of a 4-on-3 break there by Waupun. Just 3 players back for the Indians and 4 players ahead of everybody else for Waupun. But the Indians get the ball back. I tell you, I feel sorry for the Mukwonago Indians coming up next week. They've got to play against the Kettle Moraine team that's ranked number 3 in Division I in the state. They take them on next week, Tuesday at 5:30, and then on Friday they take on the Heartland Arrowhead. Shot inside, and that's going to be a foul on Waupun as Bayla Strandley goes to the rack with it. She'll shoot 2 more free throws. Yeah, next week, Friday, it'll be Arrowhead, their opponent. And they're ranked number 4 in the state in Division I. Then you're playing the number 1 ranked team in the state in Division III in this ball game. So that's 3 really tough games. That one crawls over the rim and goes in for Strandley. Next free throw is also good. She's getting some points at the free throw line where she is an 84% free throw shooter. Vanderstreek gets the ball, gets it back over to Lydia Alsma, top of the key. Back in the hands of Vanderstreek. Down to under 7.5 minutes to play, and so we're going to keep an eye on the Randolph girls and boys throughout the rest of the season. Here goes Vanderstreek up the right corner, puts it up and in. She does not hesitate, and she is fearless out there when she gets. Keep an eye on the Randolph girls and boys throughout the rest of the season. Here goes Vanderstreek up the right corner, put in favor of Waupun, and then we've. It looks like a foul on a pick that was set. A blocking foul called on Mukwonago, and Waupun will get it back. Nice event, though, with a lot of great teams. That's what you want in a holiday tournament. If you're a good team, you want to play against other good teams to get you ready for the postseason. That's what they've got here. Lydia Alsma from the left corner comes up a little short, and Matamoros gets a weak side rebound. Gets it back on top to Abby Alsma. She'll launch up a 3, and that doesn't go. Guess that 3's just not going. Vanderstreek gets the ball that was saved inside, and Vanderstreek goes to the rack and gets it knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. It'll be Waupun ball, and they're bringing in 4 new players now for Waupun. Gracie Gopal and Naomi Alsma is coming out. Kale Peterson, and getting her first action of the tournament is Rowan Harder, a 5'10 freshman. 61-23 in favor of the Lady Warriors. By the free throw line, Peterson rims one out. And the ball ends up in the hands of Paige Schreiber, 5'8 junior. First time I've seen her in the ball game. Down to 6.5 to play. So I want to thank all our sponsors for making our video streaming possible and all of our broadcasts possible throughout the season. If you enjoy the last few days of the 2021, we're always hoping the next year is going to be better. For sure, 2020, we're going to have this really great year, and end up being, I'd say, just a little bit better than what we went through in that 2020 year. But so we wanted to get 2022 coming up here in just a few days to be really good and things to get figured out and people to get along is the main thing to me. Well, passed inside, and then a travel is going to get called. Number 15, Bree Bartnick kind of lost her the ball a little bit and ends up traveling, and Waupun will get it back. They say the average person that puts out that they've got a New Year's resolution, they say the average that they aren't doing it anymore is already by January 12th. That is sad. I read that in something a few days ago. She goes to Gopal, and she gets knocked down, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Lady Warriors. One of my favorite commercials, I heard it about 5 years ago, and I've mentioned it a few times on the radio, maybe not during the games, but talked about a lady saying that she's still, this is the commercial that we heard about in February, and it says, I'm still following my New Year's resolution. And somebody asked her, what is it? Well, it's to lose 10 pounds. And they said, how you doing? Well, I said I only got 15 pounds to go. So, still thinking that they're still following their New Year's resolution. But make them realistic, they said, and you might have a better chance. And hopefully you can follow that. We can make that date go back just a little further. Waupun next free throw also no good, 61-23. Waupun does get the rebound. Lady Warriors with a nice lead here in the ball game against the Indians in Mukwonago. Peterson has it down to the left corner, looks inside, gets it into Harder, a little up and under off the backboard and in for Waupun's Rowan Harder. Spun around using that pivot foot a few times and then goes to the rack off the glass and in, gets fouled, gets her first points of the ball game, and she's going to try to add one at the free throw line. Free throw a little strong off the front of the rim, no good. Peterson gets the rebound, puts it back up and in for Waupun. Cale Peterson now with 10 points in the second half, 19 points in the game. Lady Warriors leading by a score of 65-23. And got a foul on the floor on the drive by Abby Handgartner. Say that was on the floor. That is maybe the sixth team foul by Waupun. So we haven't got to the bonus yet in the ball game, not in the first half. And Waupun now with their sixth team foul. 5 team fouls for Mukwonago so far in the game. And I don't know if you've heard, but I've been filling in over, they're doing some personnel changes over at our sister station over at the Great 98. If you want to tune into that, I've been doing the morning show. It was with Meg for about the first 7 days. Now I'm flying solo as Meg decided to take a vacation in there, and they honored her vacation, so they had to teach me everything that Meg was doing, and I'm doing it now, and I've been doing it for about the last week and a half. Vanderstreek launches up another three. Like I said, she is fearless out there. She's going to be fun to watch. Another three-pointer for her. 68-23 now in favor of the Lady Warriors. I'm leading by about 45 points in this game. What a nice game after winning by 18 yesterday, but looking a little sluggish. Definitely a few things to work on, making your shots inside, missing a lot of inside opportunities, and the three-point shooting has been a little off over these two games. Didn't play last week, Thursday, because of illness, and a lot of these girls feeling the effect of that yet in the game, a little sluggish. Looked like they had a little bit more energy here today. And with that 45-point lead, running clock going on as the free throws are being shot, clock keeps on running, and we got a player for Mukwonago in the lane well early. Faked out by her own teammate, Sammy Raczynski. Decides to step in there. Can't blame somebody. Wants to get that rebound in case the ball is shot is missed. And gets it back under 3.5 to play, leading 68-23. Like I said, Waupun with those games coming up in the next few weeks. Next week, Friday. A good test for Waupun in the conference against undefeated Kewaskum, the Indians. They're sitting undefeated so far in conference play. Lydia Alsma throws up a three. That is no good. And getting the rebound for Waupun is Naomi Alsma. And a foul on the Indians. Waupun has some tough games, and you want to keep having that tough schedule as you go further into the season, get closer to postseason. That's what Tim Alsma has done. And he also scheduled a game coming up against New Berlin West, and they're ranked number 7 in Division II right now. You have to go down to New Berlin to do that. I think even the Randolph Lady Rockets play against New Berlin West. Both their boys and girls play. They play a back-to-back doubleheader. I kind of like that when teams do that, the boys and girls on the same night. I've seen the Christian school in Waupun, Central Wisconsin Christian, do that. So Tooney with the free throw, comes off the front of the rim, no good. This time, first time I've seen Randolph do it. They may have done it, I just didn't catch that, but they're playing New Berlin West, and we really definitely plan on being there for that doubleheader. Another one off the front of the rim and no good. So both missed by Celia, and the Indians get the rebound. Under 2 to play now in the ball game here at Watertown. Waupun winning again yesterday in their game against a pretty good Bonduelle team that gave Waupun some fits, at least Waupun's offense some fits out there. Kept them down to 51 points. They won that game by 18, though. Vandestreet gets the steal and going in on the left side. And there was a 2-on-1 break, but I think Maddie has tunnel vision towards that basket a couple times in the ball game. Had some teammates open on the other side of the basket, but she sees the basket. She goes right to the goal with it, and that's good. Good aggressive play by Maddie. She gets fouled into the free throw line to shoot 2 as the clock continues to run. First free throw is up, and that's the back of the rim, no good on the free throw by Maddie Vandestreet. Gabby Matamoros checks back in, and Celia Tooney will sit down. And a lot of your, you only got 9 players out there, that are suited up for Waupun, so a lot of your starters are going to be playing pretty much the whole game, and they are getting some of the bench players in now, which is good for Waupun. Under a minute to play, Waupun leading 68-23. Long 3 up, rims out, no good, and ball's picked up by Maddie Vandestreet. Here she goes again with the left hand and gets it to go. 68-23. Long 3 up, rims out, no good. Points in the game. She can come in till well into the second half. Just last maybe 9 minutes of the ball game, but she's making the most of it. A couple 3-point baskets, some steals. She's getting herself some stats here in this game against Mukwonago. Block attempt by the Lady Warriors, and good job, good footwork there by Gabby Matamoros, not stepping on the Indians player Paige Schreiber. Down to 16 seconds left in the game, Waupun leading 70-23. Schreiber at the free throw line. First free throw is up, and that is no good. Got a nice tournament for Waupun, but now I'm sure they're going to want to just shut things down for a little bit and let these young ladies heal and get better and relax after their illnesses that they had. You said they were all sick last week Thursday, and a lot of them feeling the effects this week, a little sluggish. And they're going to come up with a 70-23 victory over the Indians of Mukwonago as the time is going to run out on the Indians. They're going to maybe get the ball in bounds, and that'll be the end of the ball game. Waupun winning 70-23 here in Watertown. We're going to take about a 2-minute break, come back, and just wrap things up quickly. And Steve Witterhack along with Jeff Sauer with you here at Watertown High School Lady Warrior Basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name's Gary. I had arthritis really bad in my right knee over 3 months ago. Couldn't really do anything, couldn't do stairs, just simple stuff. And now I can do things I couldn't do before. I can climb stairs, walk, anything. My spine's better. And my personal opinion is you're a fool not to get this done.
Hi, my name is Joni. I came here because I needed a new knee, but I didn't want to go through all that surgery and everything. I'm very pleased with it. And the reason I did it because I couldn't go up and down stairs very well. I couldn't work too long hours and had a hard time getting in and out of the car. I had to lift my knee up. And now I can do all those things. And I have no pain, and I would recommend it to everyone, and I have.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Merry week, Andy, to everybody out there this week.
It's Christmas week, and it's a Christmas week of chaos here at the Other Bar like everywhere else. We got some change in the hours this week. Christmas Eve will be open from 11 o'clock until 5 p.m. with no fish all day long. Saturday, we're opening at 3 o'clock for the Packer game.
And get some holiday cheer for Christmas Eve during the day and Christmas Day, too.
Absolutely. We've got everything going on, normal specials during the week, as we do always, with the exception of Friday, like I said. We've got plenty of beer on tap, plenty of beer in the cooler, and everything's ready to go.
What about New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? Can you explain that for us?
New Year's Eve, we're going to do fish all day long like normal. We're going to be open from 11 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and then New Year's Day will be business as normal.
Very good. Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Swing on by for some soups and some hot plate specials, some pizza. Going to be a lot of fun this week.
Yep, we've got all the specials running daily on the board. While supplies last, they change daily along with the soups. So normally we have chili on tap pretty much nonstop.
Andy, thank you. Have a great week.
Merry Christmas. Have a good week.
Saputo USA, just outside of Waupun, is hiring. Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible career opportunities available in their Alto facility. Competitive pay starting at over $21 per hour, benefits, and more. 8 and 12-hour shifts. Apply today and join one of the best-growing companies. Apply at Saputo.com or stop in on Highway EE in Alto, just outside of Waupun. Saputo Cheese is an equal opportunity community employer.
We're back at Watertown High School, the Watertown Holiday Shootout going on. A lot of great teams here in Waupun taking care of business in their second game of the tournament, knocking off Mukwonago, the Indians, by a score of 70-23 after winning their game yesterday against Bonduel by a score of 51-33. And looking a little bit more energetic in this ball game are the Waupun Warriors. Let's take a look at scoring for Waupun. 19 points in the ball game for Kale Peterson. She had 10 in the second half, just one three-pointer for her. 18 points in the game for Abby Alsma. Surprising, just one three-pointer for her in the ball game. Also, almost everybody in the scorer book except for just one player. Maddie Vandestreek with 8 points. Gabby Matamoros, nice solid first half. He had 8 points all in the first half, but a lot of great rebounding and changing shots inside for her. 6 points for Naomi Alsma, 3 in the first, and a 3-point shot in the second half. 4 points in the ball game for Celia Tooney. 3 points in the game for Gracie Gopal and a 1 3-point basket in the first half, but she had a ton of assists and some steals for the Waupun Lady Warriors. 2 points for Lydia Alsma and 2 points for Rowan Harder. That's the scoring for the Waupun Lady Warriors. Taking a look at their schedule coming up for the Waupun Warriors, they do have a little time off now, and a much-needed time off. They don't play till next week, Friday on the 7th, and they take on Kewaskum, the Indians, who are undefeated in conference play, and they play again next week, Friday, against the Kewaskum Indians. And that'll be at 7:15 coming up next Friday at Kewaskum. And I believe we have that game on our schedule. And then the following Tuesday on the 11th, they will be playing at New Berlin West. That's the ranked team in Division II, number 8 in Division II. And that'll be a great game on the road again for Waupun. So a couple road games that they have, but they do have about 10 days here to rest a little bit before they have to play again. And that'll be good for the Lady Warriors. Much needed time off for them. That is about it. A lot of games to be played here at the tournament today and tomorrow yet, but that is it for our broadcast here as Waupun is done for the tournament, going 2-0. Hope you enjoyed our presentation tonight. Jeff Sauer on the video streaming, Steve Witterhack doing the play-by-play. Waupun again winning this game 70-23 over Mukwonago, the Indians. And that is it. This has been Waupun Lady Warrior Basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com. Have yourself a nice New Year weekend coming up.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
How would you like your local business to not only reach a whole lot of people, but also be attached to high school sports? Radio Plus has got you covered. To advertise your local business during our video stream of high school sports, email nick@radioplusinfo.com. That's nick@radioplusinfo.com. Your business, your advertising message reaching this area. Let's work together. Nick@radioplusinfo.com.